Here are the top gifts for the minimalist in your life.
All right, if you're wondering why I'm doing this outside, is because there's holiday cooking going on inside and there's just too much noise and distraction going on, so I thought I'd do it outside. Next thing I have is this special zipper to keep everything nice and tidy, and if it's not a crow, it's a plane. Over the inside of my luggage, another plane. This is what happens when you live near an airport. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's like planes, trains, automobiles, and crows out here. We're going inside. I can't film out here anymore like this. Have a minimalist that you are buying for this holiday season? That can be a little tricky. On one hand, they don't want anything new. They're minimalists. On the other hand, you want to get them a little something nice and useful. And when we travel, all of us are minimalists with all the weight requirements we have when we're traveling today. I have a few special things that I carry with me on my travels that will probably be good for your minimalist.
I think we all know that airlines these days are charging for about anything, and that includes shipping your luggage through cargo as well as sometimes bringing it on the plane, so everything has to be a little bit smaller and a little bit lighter. So I've got a few things today that might help you on your travels. Today I'm going to start with electronics because all of us carry them and they're important to us and we'd like to keep them charged, and some of the things that I have here are going to help us. And one of those things is, if you have an Apple phone, is one of these MagSafe chargers. It's great to put on the back of the phone so that you can have that power without having a cord. And also it's great to keep in a pocket so you don't have to have something else with cords in there. So I like having an Apple MagSafe charger with me. Another piece of charging equipment is this Anchor power port. You'll see here it has two USB-C as well as two USB-A ports. It also has a cord that allows you to plug it into the wall. So when you're sleeping at night, you can keep everything charged, and it's very slim. I like how it's about 3 by 3 and it is, I don't know, just a few ounces, but it's a great charger to have with you to charge all of your electronics. Next thing we like to have is a battery. Now, this one is by Mophie. It's, I think it's 10,000 milliamp hours. What I like about it is it's slim. It does have two USB-A charging ports. However, it does not have a USB-C one. I haven't found one that I liked as much as this one, even though I would like to have one with a USB-C port on it. But this charging battery is something that I carry with me all the time, on my person, all the time, especially when I'm traveling. To keep some of those things charged up, I like to have a little plug, and this one is great. I just got this one. It's by Top Up, and it has a little foldable plug here, as you can see. So when it plugs into the wall, it has a very slim profile. So if you're someplace where there's not a lot of room behind a sofa or a headboard, this will plug in. It also has a USB-A and USB-C port, so I can get a couple of things charged this way or charge something like this battery. And it is a great slim profile charging port to take along with me on my travels. Also, when I'm using this power bank here that only has USB-A, sometimes I'm going to need something like a USB-C, which means I'll plug in something like this. It's a little converter that converts from USB-A to USB-C, and that way if I have a cord that's just USB-C, I can still use it with this particular power bank. Also, if I have something that's USB-C, for example, like this power bank, I can plug in this into the USB-C port and give myself another USB-A port. So it's good to have a couple of these little transformers or converters with you when you travel, because you just never know what kind of cord or power you're going to need. And these are just slim, they fit together, and they travel with me. Another option similar to that is this one that is magnetic, and it has 6 different ports on it. You'll see here that I can pull it apart and get a couple of options here. So I have USB-A here, USB-C, USB-C, and Lightning. So I have a few different conversions to be able to charge multiple devices, and it doesn't have a long cord, so it's very compact. Great to take with you and keep in a little purse to use with something like this when you need to get a little extra power on the go. So this little converter works great. When I'm traveling in a car, most cars have some sort of power for me, or even some of them have the MagSafe power charger, but not all of them do. So I like to carry around just a little 12-volt charger here. This has USB-A and USB-C in it, and it's going to allow me to hook up a cord to charge a multitude of devices. But it's just a safety thing in case I get a car that doesn't have any of the USB-A charging ports or a magnetic charger, just a safety thing to have. Also, when I'm traveling by car, I like to have something that I can hold my phone when I'm traveling. I don't like to just leave it on the dash or in a cup holder. I can use this one, which clips right into the little air vent, and every car that I've ever been in has an air vent, so I can clip this into the air vent, and you can see here it stretches out to carry a large size phone, even with a case. So something like this is very versatile to take with you when you're traveling, especially if you're renting a car. This little light is one of the things I like to bring with me a lot. It has a nice light here that will shine, but it has this head, as you can see, that moves down. So if I have the little clip, as you see here, I can put this on a ball cap. And then if I'm hiking or something in the dark, I can angle this down many different angles so it can shoot out in front of me or down toward my feet so I can see what I'm looking at. And it also has a little red LED. So if I'm trying to read something like a map and I don't want to be blinded in the dark, I can put this on. It'll shine down onto my map and allow me to read a map in the dark. And it also has a little ring to keep it on a keychain, but it's a nice little light to have for keychain. I can use it as a regular lighter, and again, on the hat with a tip down. Perfect for your little minimalist traveler. The next light I have is a selfie light here, and this light has multiple modes to it for different selfie conditions, and it also has a movable head. So when I clip this onto a phone, it's going to allow me to direct the light as I need it. I also use it sometimes when I'm traveling just to use as a light. The other day I was on a plane and the woman next to me dropped her glasses down on the floor. They happened to slide down under the seat, and I was able to use this little light to look under there and get her glasses for her. So something like this works great for that. Plus it's a great little selfie light. Like I said, different modes, a lot of different light, and it's USB rechargeable. Multi-tools are something that I carry around all the time, and I love this little multi-tool by Gerber. This is called the Gerber Dime, and it has a few tools on it. It has a little bottle opener here and a little ring that's going to allow you to put it maybe on a keychain. It also opens up to a set of pliers. So if you need to tighten up something or pull something, it also has a wire cutter here. And then it also has a few other extra things like a screwdriver, a little multi-tool screwdriver. It also has a little pair of scissors, which for me, I use scissors a lot, and these little scissors come in handy. It also has a little tiny knife. Now, I've never used the knife. I guess maybe if I was going to peel an apple or something, I would use it. That also means that you're not going to be able to take this on the plane with you because it does have a knife. But it's something, like I said, for a small little multi-tool, this little Gerber dime does the trick. For those of you who like to travel with a multi-tool on you and you're doing carry-on only, there are only a couple of tools out there that you're going to be able to carry onto the plane, and this is one of them. This is the Leatherman style, and it has a little carabiner, as you can see right here. It also acts as a little bottle opener. As you can see, if you can use that, it acts as a bottle opener. If you open it up, you get a pair of pliers and a pair of wire cutters. It also has a tiny little tweezer here that if you needed to use it to pull out a splinter or a tick or something, that works. It also has a nail file, and it also has a pair of scissors, which again, like I said, for me, scissors are probably the thing that I use the most with these multi-tools. So this works great as a little pair of scissors to cut open a bag of snacks or a thread or anything like that. But it is TSA approved. However, when you are going through the TSA, you'll want to pull this out, put it in a little bin separately. Don't leave it in a pocket or in something they're going to then call you out. But if you have this set aside, they generally just let it pass. I will say if you are TSA pre-check, I've just left it in the bag and they've never done anything about that through there. So, but as a safety, you may want to pull it out. Another multi-tool set that is also TSA approved is this little one by Victorinox. I love this because it's like a little credit card. You can see how thin this thing is. And it has a few tools on here that are really great. And the one that I like the most is probably this little magnifier. Because if you get something, let's say like this, and you can't read the ingredients even with your glasses on, this is going to allow me to at least be able to read the ingredients or read the label on something. It has a few other great tools like this little tiny set to screw things, really tiny screws, like maybe glasses or things like that. You can also use this to pry if you needed to, but it has a couple of Phillips and flathead little tips on here. It also has a tiny little set of tweezers like many multi-tools, and I actually have used this to pull a tick out, so that was very useful for that. It also has this nail file, which is nice to have. It's a very fine nail file, so it's not something you're going to file something big, but for nails, just to get them smoothed out, it's a great nail file. It also has a pair of scissors right here. So, me, I love scissors, so this works great as well. And for those of us traveling internationally and we have to fill out all those little forms, it has a teeny tiny little pen. Yes, folks, it actually does work. And it's just something, like I said, it's kind of an all-in-one great credit card size multi-tool that is TSA approved. Of course, if you're going to travel, I like to carry a little travel wallet with me. I do carry my main wallet, but I carry this one so if I'm going out hiking, or I keep sometimes just money, cash in this one and my credit cards in the other one. It also has a nice space to put in an ID right here and a zipper pocket here that you can slip some things like cards in the back. It does also have a little slot here that has a little place to keep things like, I don't know, this has a doggy bag in it, because I just keep doggy bags and things. But it also has a little key ring here, so if you want to slip that onto a carabiner and make sure it stays in your pocket, and another little zipper back here for cash or coins or anything like that. And again, I don't use these just for wallets. I use them just to hold things sometimes. Cloth wallet like this is a great thing for your minimalist traveler. For those of you who like to carry a credit card on you, but not necessarily a wallet, this is a great little leather case that magnetically holds onto the back of your cell phone. You can keep a couple of credit cards in here or cash or whatever it is you want. And that way you just have to carry your phone around and you don't have to necessarily carry a wallet. This is a great little leather wallet / credit card holder for your phone.
Next thing I have is this toiletry bag. Yes, it is small, it lays flat. It's also waterproof, meaning I can put all kinds of stuff inside this bag. If it leaks, it is not going to come out. I love this bag. It has a special zipper on it so that when you close this all up, all of this gets locked in here completely. There's not anything that's going to leak out all over your bag. And it's great for the minimalist because normally they're not taking a lot of things anyway, and you just want something that they can get some of their things into. But this bag is wonderful. It has a little strap here to hang it by. You can also use a little carabiner or something on this side, but a great waterproof toiletry bag for your minimalist. And again, it folds so flat. Great for storage. Also by Night Eyes is this tiny little bag here. It's also another waterproof bag. And what I like about this is that if you want to put like a bar of soap or something in here, it'll keep it nice and dry in the sense that it won't be all over the inside of that toiletry bag I just showed you. And I can also use it for other things. So it's just a nice dry bag to use. Again, it has that special locking zipper on here. It also has a couple of little loops on the end here, so if you wanted to slip a simple belt or something through it to use it for something else other than a toiletry bag thing, it's just a nice little waterproof case for your minimalist. Another great toiletry bag item is this waterproof bag by Matador. It's specifically made to hold soap. So what's great about this is you can take a dry bar of soap or even a wet bar of soap. If you put it in here, it has the ability to keep it from getting all sticky and staying that way. It lets it dry out. As you can see, it's very small and thin, perfect for a toiletry bag, and again, keeps those bars of soap from getting all slimy when you travel.
I like to carry a comb around with me just to keep my hair a little bit tidy, but a lot of times a comb has a long handle. I like this one because it does not have a handle and it fits into a pocket or into something like this rather easily. It's also not made of plastic. It's made of buffalo horn, which means no static when you comb your hair. There won't be any static with this because it's not plastic. And it's very durable. It's nice, like a solid buffalo horn comb. This is one of my favorite travel items, and I have this with me all the time in my purse in my everyday carry. If you like to keep your nails nice and tidy, there's nothing like a tiny little nail file like this. It's wonderful to have in a pocket or in a wallet or in a purse. I don't know how many times I've used this. Like, I've gone out, I've snagged or cut a, torn a nail, and I just need to file it down so it doesn't tear anymore. This little nail file I've had for years. I carry it with me all the time. It's never been taken from me at TSA. They've never even looked at it. So it's a great nail file to have. Of course, in this day of COVID and a flu season, I like to keep a little hand sanitizer with me. And I like this because it sprays nicely, and it also is very slim. Again, fits in a pocket or into a purse. And I can also refill this if I need to, but I like the slim profile of this little hand sanitizer.
All right, something I take with me on every single trip is this. It is a water bottle. And I know it doesn't look that big, but I can always refill it. It's by Hydro Pack, and you can see that it's really thin. So once I'm done drinking this, all I have to do is fold this right up, put it back in my pack, and it takes up no space. And again, I can refill this as often as I want, but it's one of those that also when I go traveling, if I decide to take a little hike, I have this little Hydro Pack water bottle with me. I also like that this water bottle will stand up on its own, and even if I squeeze it, it doesn't leak out anywhere all over the place. It's great for travel. Something I always use when I travel is a luggage scale, and I make sure that I'm 5 pounds under, because every time I go to the airport, they always say that, oh, you're over, even though I was like 3 pounds under. So I make sure I'm 5 pounds under, and I take it with me. So when I go to my destination, and if I've bought a few things, I can weigh my luggage before I get to the airport, so I don't have to rearrange everything in my luggage at the airport. A great travel item to have for everybody, especially your minimalist who wants to make sure that they're packing a lot in, but keeping the weight under on their luggage.
Everyone knows that I love these hero clips, and this is probably the smallest one that they make. It's great for purses and things like that if you need to hang them off the back of a chair. These little things are great to hold bags when you don't have a hook around, or something like this where you have a smooth edge chair and you just can't quite get it. This will hook onto that and keep your purse or something off the ground or your bag. So these little hero clips work great, and there's something that I carry with me all the time. This little cell phone tripod, it's actually not a tripod, it's just a little holder, but see how thin this is? It's like a credit card here, and simply by pushing up on this, and there's a little adjustable back here for different heights for your phone, and you set your phone here, you simply bring this up, and this sets your phone in there so that you can watch something on your phone on the plane, or if you're at dinner, or setting your phone up even on your nightstand or something. I love this because it's credit card size. Again, it'll fit into something like a little wallet like this, or even a pocket. It's a great little travel minimalist phone stand. Of course, at my age, if you can't see, you can't see. And that means I need to have a pair of reading glasses with me pretty much all the time. And these thin profile reading glasses do the trick. They fit into a pocket, again, into a little wallet or something like this. And I'll tell you, they're really slim, but they work. Look how tiny these things are, really tiny. And of course, they just open, they unfold. They are metal, so they're not plastic, so they're going to hold up. And when I just need something to read, these do the trick, right like that. Hey, I can actually see this stuff down here now and read it. Probably should have had them on the whole time. But they fit in this little case, and they're perfect little reading glasses for those who are at that age that need them and are minimalist. These are my favorite, and they come with me everywhere. Some of you may laugh at this next item, but I'm telling you, this little back scratcher is worth its weight. If you get that little itch somewhere and you just can't quite get to it, this just gives you that extra length to get to that. It also doubles as something when you've dropped something on the floor on the airplane and you just can't reach it, and your foot can't reach or to get it, and you can take this, reach it, try to grab through it. Like I said, the lady's glasses that I talked about earlier that we couldn't get, I used this to get it from underneath that seat so we could get her glasses for her. It's also, I've used it at the beach for my grandkids to play in the sand with it. So it's multi-purpose, and it's just a little cute thing with a little key ring on here. Doesn't take up much space, but multitude of uses. Get one. As usual, I'll put links in the video description below to all of these items so that you can do your Christmas shopping and get this all in before the holidays are here. I want to thank you for joining me today, and remember to juice life, drink the joy, keep life simple. I'll see you guys in the next video.